Hi there, this is Bill Prankard, and I am so delighted and honored to have a couple of minutes just to share my heart with you again, and I just pray that I can be a blessing. If you need prayer, specific prayer, you can always call our office toll-free number or email us or go to our website and there's a spot to send prayer requests. But you know, Canadians are known for being nice. Now, not all Canadians are nice, but we're known for being nice and saying sorry for things that we never did and, you know, sorry. And that kind of has come over into our walk with God. And we're laid back, and another word could be apathetic. And I believe it's time that we really get an attitude. We have to get angry at what the enemy has done. What the enemy's done in our nation, what the enemy's done in our culture, what the enemy's done in our families and our marriages and in our bodies. I mean, all these things, you know, that Jesus said the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. But you look and you say, wow, well, they seem to be. But he said, I give you the keys. And whatever you bind is bound, whatever you loose is loose. I heard a preacher years ago talking about his mother and saying she was a devout believer and loved God, but boy, she was just being kicked around by the enemy. And you know, she was praying, but really nice prayers. And he said she had just redone her living room. And she was so proud of this living room. Obviously, she didn't have any little kids around because she did the carpets in off-white carpet, and the furniture off-white, and the drapes off-white. So it was pretty well a white room. And he said very few people were really allowed to go in and use it, but she loved the room. And he said to her one day when she was talking about what the enemy was doing, Mom, what would you do if a pig came into your living room after rolling around in mud and started rolling around on the carpet and then rubbing on the couch and then on the drapes? And would you just say, you know, now pig, you know, if you don't mind, would you just leave? Or when you're finished, would you leave? She said, absolutely not. She said, I'd get a broom and I'd kill the thing. So he said, well, Mom, that's what you need to do with the devil. It's time to get an attitude. Heard a funny story the other day that was funny. Two of our little great-granddaughters, the daughters of they were our great-granddaughters, but our granddaughter Rachel and her husband Paul, great parents in raising these two girls. Their oldest one is about 3 years old. Her name is Jackie, and she's really phenomenal, very smart. Her vocabulary, her understanding of things is way beyond her years, and I think she knows it. And then she's got this little sister, Scotty, who is just 1 year old. She just had her birthday. And so they had a birthday party for Scotty, and of course the attention was on little Scotty. Well, you know, for a couple of years, Jackie had and been the focus of things, and so it's a big adjustment. And even though some people brought little gifts for Jackie and kind of, you know, tried to encourage her too, I think she was a little irritated. So the next day, Meg, our daughter, was babysitting, and she sent us a text and told us what happened. She said they were just playing, and all of a sudden, little Jackie, 3-year-old, she said, Scotty just slobbed on me. I thought, first of all, it was slobbered, but no, there's a new word, slobbed, which I think is far worse. And she said, that's it, I've had enough. And she stormed off, ran to her bedroom, and slammed the door. My wife said she's acting like a teenager. Well, you know what? They're working on their relationship, and I know it's going to be great, but that's an attitude. And you and I have to get an attitude. A book that I wrote years ago is called To Hell with Sickness. And a lot of people say, well, why would you say that? I mean, that's not really nice. It's because if we don't get mad at what the enemy has done, and if we don't come into the authority that God has given us, then we're going to lose this. if things are going to be bound and loosed, if Jesus is going to have dominion in Canada, it's going to be through the believers. He uses people. And so we have to rise up, dig in our heels and say, I've had enough. The devil's not going to slob on us anymore. And we're not running to our room. Let me tell you, we're running like David did to the giant and saying, this day you're going down. This book would help you. If you haven't read it, it would help you. It talks about where does sickness come from. Doesn't come from God. Comes from the pit of hell. That's what the Bible teaches. Teaches, why aren't some people healed and all of those things. I felt after years of traveling and healing ministry that I was obligated to answer many of the questions people have about healing. We don't understand it all, but we do have an understanding of a lot. So I'm encouraging you to go to our website, bpea.com, and order this book. It will be a blessing to you. It's just my heart, and it's the heart of God about healing. And you and I are going to dig in our heels and say, enough is enough. We've had it, and the enemy's going down. And we are going to take back what the enemy has stolen. So get the book, To Hell with Sickness, and walk in the blessing of the Lord. God bless you.